Hello everyone, CG Turf here. We're gonna create a 3.5mm jack using Autodesk Maya. We're gonna do everything from scratch. I'm just gonna use the cube to do that. So we're gonna go to create polygon primitives cube, and then we're just gonna draw it out like this, just like this. So I do believe I know what it looks like. I took a look at it a couple of times, so I kind of have an idea. But if you like, you can just use reference so that you can be specific to what you're actually creating. So right now, I'm just gonna right click, select face, and I'm gonna select this face. I'm just gonna put it down like this, and I'm gonna select this face, press R, just gonna scale it down like this. And then I'm gonna select this face, and I'm gonna press extrude. You go to mesh, extrude. Is it mesh or edit mesh? Okay, it's edit mesh, extrude. And from here, I'm gonna click the scale tool, and I'm gonna scale this down. I think this is good. I'm gonna hit G to repeat my action, and then press the scale to scale it up. I'm not really trying to make this too perfect, but it should definitely look like a 3.5mm jack at least. And I'm gonna hit G. I think here I'm just gonna go ahead and do this like that. Then from here I'm gonna hit G again. I'm actually gonna start creating the edge loops as I go as well, so that they sort of hold their shape. Or maybe let me do that and add them later so that I can show you why we need to add edge loops. I'm gonna do this. Gonna hit extrude, put it in some more, hit extrude again. Yeah, I think this is good. I'm gonna hit extrude. Yep. And I'm just gonna do that maybe up to here. I feel like this is not long enough, so I'm just gonna right click, select vertex, and just select those vertices and just translate them down like that. I think this is good. So now I'm gonna add those edge loops. I'm gonna add those rings. The one that I have is for my phone, so it has got 3 separations. It's obviously gonna look different depending on which audio jack you're gonna be using. Okay. Right there. Gonna create a third one right over here, like this. I think that looks okay. I feel like I wanna move these up a little bit, like that. Okay. So now, if you hit 3, it's gonna look like that. But we sort of want to hold some of these shapes. So this is where the edge loops are gonna come. So for instance here, actually let me select this face and scale it down like a little bit more, like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna hold shift, right click, and then select insert edge loop. I'm gonna put an edge loop right here, and another one here, and another one there. So when I hit 3, it's gonna try to hold that shape. And I'm gonna do the same here and here as well. Okay, so for these rings, I'm gonna go to right click, and then I'm just gonna click, double click, so that it selects all around, and like this. Then I'm gonna hit extrude. I'm just gonna hit the scale tool. But then, so like for me not to give myself too much work, I'm just gonna like, let me actually do this. I'm gonna scale it inwards like this so that I can create the edge loop. So I'm just gonna create one like this with a thin line, and then then I'm gonna create another edge loop like this, and then extrude once more. Then I'm just gonna scale it down like that. I think that's too much, maybe like here, and then extrude it again, and I think that's good. And I hit 3, it's gonna give me those rings, and it's already looking good. Okay, I'm gonna add some edge loops over here. Like this. You could do this while you're extruding, you know, just to make it quicker. But sometimes if you're just putting in the main blocks of the geometry, you might not want to do that. So it's really up to you. I'm gonna press 3, and yeah, that's looking good. That is looking good. What I just need to do now, actually before I do that, let me actually add the cable as well. So I think what I want, let me add an edge loop here and another one there. Just gonna scale this up like this. So that it's a bit fat right there. I don't really like the way it looks now. Let me just undo. I think I like to keep it this way. Okay, that's cool. So now I'm just gonna extrude this part, scale it down. Actually, might as well create those edge loops I was talking about. So I'm gonna go to extrude, move it up a little bit, and then extrude again, scale it down so that it can maintain that edge, and then I'm gonna hit extrude again, and then I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna hit extrude, go in a little bit, hit extrude, do this, and hit extrude. This is what I want, because that's where I want the cable to start. So for the cable, I've done this in another tutorial, but I'll do it in this one as well. It's easier to use a curve. I'm just gonna go to create curve tools, EP curve. Then I'm just gonna draw one here. Do this. Just clicking and dragging. Like that. Hit enter. And that's the cable. So now I'm just gonna select this face and then select that cable. I'm doing something wrong here. Let me try that again. So right click, face, select the face, and then shift select the curve like that. Then I'm gonna hit extrude. Then it's gonna do that, and then I'm gonna add the divisions. Just gonna add the divisions so that it can fill up the cable. Right now it's not enough, so I'm gonna add them manually. Maybe 50. Yeah, this is good. Okay. Okay. I mean, this is actually really good. So now I'm just gonna I can delete that. Oh, okay, I cannot delete that just yet. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna duplicate that, and I'm just gonna delete all this. Okay, just gonna fix the rotation. Right. And currently this is about done, but I'm going to now also go ahead and render this. But before let me actually create the plane. Just gonna go to plane. I'm just gonna draw this out. I'll put it on the center. Gonna add some subdivisions. Gonna go to Arnold, render view, like this. Okay. I'm gonna start up with the lights, sky dome lights. Gonna add that light in. Go to attributes editor. We're gonna go to the color on the checker box, hit file. Then we're gonna click this folder. I usually want to use the this one that HDRI image, but today I'm gonna use the studio lighting like that. And I actually want to increase the intensity to 2.5 like that. Okay, so I think right now I want to add the ground material. Let me just pause this real quick. So I'm just gonna select the ground, right click and go to assign new material, Arnold AI standard surface. I'm just gonna leave it as it is and reduce maybe to that. It's like a dark gray. As you can see, it's a dark gray with like it's kind of reflective. And then for this, let me actually do this. I'm gonna add an entire material to this first, and then I'll separate it later on. Let me go to my not sure which side is gonna work for me. Okay, I guess it's the front view. Go to the front view. Just gonna select all this. Okay, so I'm just gonna select all this. Let me hide this render view for now. I'm gonna press 4 to see the wireframe. I'm gonna hold Control and deselect those faces. And right now, I think just gonna do this, double click so that it selects the whole thing like that. Then I'm just gonna right click, assign new material, Arnold standard surface. I'm gonna go to presets, gonna add gold, replace. So if I bring back my render view, okay, let me restart the render view. It's not updating. Just gonna start it over again, and there you are. Actually, let me press 3. Yeah, like that. This part looks it looks weird. It doesn't look right. Let me see. I think it's supposed to be a little bit bigger like this, and this part a little bit smaller. Yeah. Okay. I think that's more accurate. And then I'm just gonna get in here and select these. I'm not sure if they're shiny or not, but I guess I can just leave them as is. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry too much about painting the other sides. I'm just gonna do those those main ones. I'm gonna right click, assign new material, Arnold AI standard surface, and I'm just gonna reduce that to black. Let's see. I might actually need to select. Let me just select the rest because I feel like it's looking weird. Let me select this. This is a bit tedious. If I actually would have created the model without adding the edge loops first, and then add the material, and then add the edge loops later, it would be easier. But anyway, that's okay. I'm just gonna do it this way. Select all the faces. So I'm just gonna right click. We already have a material. I'm just gonna go to assign existing material. It's gonna be the third one. I wasn't naming. I just know that it's the third one. Yeah, that's the one. So yeah. So now it looks like that, which is fine. And then for the rest of the cable, it's also just gonna be one material. Press 4, just want to see to make sure that I select everything. I'm gonna press 5 and then right click, assign new material, Arnold AI standard surface, presets. I'm gonna select rubber. I'm gonna make it dark like that. That's not updating, is it? Like whenever the render is not updating, I usually just restart the render and it usually fixes it. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay, let me see. Just gonna stop this render. This cable right now is flying in the air. I'm just gonna try and fix that. Select this and select that. Maybe let me deselect these and do this, and then here I'm just gonna do that. Yep, I mean right now it's looking like it's huge, but it's fine. Yeah, and I think what I'm actually gonna do, I'm gonna change that color and make it unique. Oh, I noticed that I didn't add a texture here, but before I do that, I notice it's a bit skew. Let me move it down like that. Okay, then right click, add existing. It was the second one. Yep. Yes, now it's looking proper. Okay, and it's still a bit too squarish, so I'm just gonna go to mesh, smooth, and then press 3 so that it's not looking too jagged in the renders. And this part, I feel like I need to fix this part. This part here, I think it needs to be the rubber material. 4. Okay. Yes, that makes more sense. But I think I forgot another edge. This tiny edge right there. Okay, right click and set existing. I always need to remember which it was the second one. Okay, that's why you need to name your stuff, because if you don't name your stuff, especially if you're making like a huge project, you need to name your stuff, otherwise you end up confusing yourself. It looks like I added the wrong. Oh, I added the wrong one. I'm supposed to do the third one. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Yeah. Okay, I can do this. No. I don't want to select everything. I just want to select this edge right click. It's the fourth, because the fourth one is the rubber. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Let me see. I'm definitely doing something wrong here. Right, okay. Right click. Add existing 4. Manual render view. Okay, finally. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted. That's looking much better. I think the last thing I'm gonna do is to just change the color of the rubber to that color. Yeah, it's like a that OnePlus color that I've been seeing on Instagram. Yeah. Okay, I think this is the end of the tutorial. I hope you've actually learned something. I was really slow. Usually if I'm making this I take 5 minutes. It's just that I have to get used to saying things as I'm doing things. So alright, thank you for watching, and I hope this is gonna help you in your modeling projects. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you can get more tutorials from me. Have a good one. I'll see you on the next one.